My name is Kathy, and I live in Loveland, Ohio. I grew up with 3 sisters. My father was an architect, my mother was a homemaker. As far back as I can remember, I was depressed. I hated life. My father used to always tell me that I wasn't good enough, or that I wouldn't amount to anything. The things that are told to you by the people that are supposed to love you the most, the people that brought you into this world, when they're negative, that really can affect a child. School was painful too. I was bullied. I ended up anorexic and bulimic, starving myself because I wanted to be like the popular girls at school and the ones in the magazines. I just started running away because I wanted to go anywhere else but where I was at. I just hitchhiked. I would, hitchhiked all the way to Hollywood, California, and I felt like I fit in there. And here I was, a young teenager, living in the alleys of Hollywood Boulevard. I was searching for something. I was searching for love, is what now I know. I was searching for love. That's all I wanted was love. Went through a period of years of a string of bad marriages, a string of abuse, the alcohol, the drugs, and in 2001 I met the love of my life. Besides Jesus, I met Greg, my husband, and he got sick in 2005, and we both just rededicated our lives to the Lord, and this is when everything changed, basically in 2005 and on up. And I was watching God TV, Greg and I both were, and we started going to church faithfully. Greg started getting healed, and I started getting set free. We couldn't get enough of the Lord. Then in 2013, he got very sick again. I prayed for him for healing every day, and I just knew the Lord was going to finish this thing. He was going to, make it through this again. And next thing I know, took him to the doctor, they put him in the hospital, and that night he passed away. I was just in shock, in total shock, and I just knew that God was going to raise him up. I even said the resurrection prayer over him, but it didn't happen. And that's when my mind just snapped. My whole life flashed before my eyes, and I could not even connect a thought. 3 days later, I tried to take my life. I took so many drugs on that night that it would have killed anyone. The Lord told my sister to go to my house. She couldn't get a hold of me the night that I tried to kill myself. So the Lord told her, go to her house now. So she was obedient. Thank God she was obedient. And she knocked on the back door, no answer. She saw me from the back door, and the back door was unlocked, which is very unusual. She walked in, and there I was, face down on the kitchen floor. And I had green coming out of my mouth. I wasn't breathing. My heart wasn't pumping. And so they took me to the hospital, and somehow they ended up shocking my heart, and they brought me back. And, the doctor told me, you're a very lucky girl. Instantly, the Lord started speaking to me. You are not your own. I gave you life, and only I can take it away. He said, I have a call and a plan on your life, and you cannot just decide when you want to die. Within 1 week, the week of trying to take my life, I was home. I was bedridden, and I was very sore and very sick, and I just closed myself up for like 6 months, and it was the best time of my entire life. God TV played 24/7. I was having encounters with the Lord through God TV. I was worshiping with Heidi Baker. I was getting deliverance and getting healing right off of everything that I watched on God TV. It sustained me through this whole time. And it really brought me to new levels in God that I didn't even know were there.
Maybe you still struggle with the actual heart knowledge that God is truly your Heavenly Father.
I felt a very deep connection with Wendy, and she came out with this book that I knew that I just had to get, and it was called Visions from Heaven.
It is the wound of abandonment, he said so.
That book took me into the chambers with the Father and into the heavens with Jesus through the whole book. I couldn't put it down. It made everything so real to me more than anything in my life. Brought me to the Father's love. God TV goes all over the world, and I want to be part of that. Not only for what it's done for me, but if God can do that for me, what can He do for you? what can he do for everyone else around the world? Greg and I chose to sow into God TV years ago. When I sow into God TV, I know that my money is going towards, and the Lord's money is going towards a good thing, very fertile soil. I've been blessed financially from giving to God TV. I've been blessed spiritually from God TV. I've been blessed physically from God TV. And so I want to make sure that they are able to stay on the air and be able to go to these outer edges of the world and fulfill God's mandate. So it's an awesome thing, an awesome blessing that you will receive giving to God TV.